Right, our last question, but no means least, is titled Racism in Scotland. And so we're going to ask you the fateful question, how big a problem is racism in this country these days?
Well, this is, I don't consider myself to be passionate about much subjects or like have a strong opinion about much, but this is one that I could go on and on and on about for ages and ages, because it's sort of personal to me and like a good proportion of my family, so I suppose that's how it kind of hits the nerve a wee bit. But racism is definitely awful prevalent in this country, particularly against some kind of ethnic minorities. I'd say particularly after this kind of the terrorism stuff.
September the 11th and
like
airport attacks and stuff.
And like the London Underground bombings and things. It's definitely got worse against certain racial groups. And the thing I've noticed is a lot of the time folk targeting folk that they think are kind of the same race as terrorists or whatnot, or not even the same race as, like, I mean, no to mention that they're no terrorists, but often they're a completely different race and all. I remember I was in Ayr, we were staying near a pub at the time, and this was just after a bomb had went off outside Prestwick Airport.
Glasgow Airport.
Was it?
I don't think there was one at Prestwick. That I heard you on that went off, and then there was folk outside the pub, and I think it was Mark that overheard them, and there was some guys running by the pub, and there was guys standing outside, and they were like, "Are you coming with us?" And they're like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "Did you not see the news? We're going to attack everybody in the corner shops." And see stuff like that, it's really irritating. I mean, of course the terrorist activity is devastating. I mean, nobody whatsoever is condoning that at all, but it can be annoying when folk are getting other races mixed up with all that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, the terrorist stuff is a particular race or group or whatever, but these folk will be going about attacking Indians and Pakistanis and whatever other race. Sikhs.
Anybody that kind of is visually like the race to do with the terrorism. So grouping kind of races together was really annoying. So I'd say the majority of racism, the new, might be kind of to do with that. But there'll be like hundreds of other racism going on and all.
Do you think there's only group in the country that is worse as regards racism? Is there only group that's more racist than other groups, do you think?
I don't know really.
Right. So you just think it's a kind of widespread?
I'm not really sure. I suppose some racism can come from like lack of understanding about stuff, or some kind of ignorance to facts or whatever. So I suppose it could maybe be more issue amongst folk that haven't kind of been educated so much in that kind of area or something, or something like that. But
It's definitely a bad subject, but look, personally, look, for personal experience, I haven't had anything racist happening to me since about 5 years ago. And that was only like that was a passing comment, it wasn't even to me. And then before that I haven't had anything since I was probably about 13 or 12 or 13 or something. Like, for anybody that's no share, I'm half Chinese, half Scottish. But that's a thing, I don't know whether it's stopped now because it's less obvious that I'm mixed race, or because this is years on. I'm not sure what the two is. I'd say it's maybe because it's less obvious.
It's maybe because you're living in a city.
No, but even when I was staying in here though, it didn't happen.
Right.
Didn't happen.
But then again, here's a fair size of a place. But you get, it's still a kind of, there's still a train station, folk are coming from all other parts of the country and everything.
I remember I did have a funny wee comment. I was in Madison's, this was about 2 years ago or something. It was, I'm not sure if it was New Year or no, but we were in Madison's and they were playing Flower of Scotland, so it maybe was New Year or near New Year or something. We were playing that and then we're all singing along and everybody's holding hands, dancing about, and I'm singing away, and then this guy comes up to me and then he's like, are you Scottish?
I didn't know that either.
I was kind of taken aback with it and I didn't really care what to say, but I should have been a bit more defensive thinking about it now, but I started kind of explaining everything to him, which looking back is really daft, but I was like, oh well, I'm half Chinese, half Scottish and I was born in England. But now I should have just went, what are you talking about? You're not none of your business. I'm singing Flower of Scotland, am I not?
Oh no, in the kind of limited time we have, would you like to say a final farewell to everybody?
Aye. Well, that's me blathered on. Anybody that kens me, that's watching this, you'll probably be like, that's the most I've heard her talk ever. I do talk a lot once you get me going, particularly about these kind of things.
She's not even had a drink.
Aye, I've not even had drinks, see, there you go. Half of yous will probably only see me when I'm steaming you. But anyway, I'll go the route. You'll probably see me again on some other stuff, and you'll see me on Mr. Mr. Fat Slim's videos and all. That's the fiance, so I'm not usually on camera with him, but I'm usually talking away in the background or something like that. So I'll go, cheerio.